10:30 a.m. on OSBC TV channel 32. Star Times 113 and Free TV. You can also join in our various social media platforms like YouTube and Facebook. Sound of Time, a roadmap to inspiring young professionals. Right, hello and welcome to your favorite program on OSBC. It's Sounds of Time and it's time for you to enjoy this program. My name is David Ojo. Usually on this program, we're being captains of industry, those that have made their marks in their chosen profession. And I must tell you this wonderful day that my guest is not an exception. It's somebody that you'll enjoy at the end of the day when we have the conversation together. Yes, we're still celebrating 2-year anniversary of Governor Adeleke, and we've been looking at some of these ministries, what they've done so far within the space of 2 years. And that's the reason why I'm bringing somebody that will tell us what his ministry has been doing the past 2 years of Governor Adeleke's administration. Well, let me let you know that education is also key in any development, in any nation, any state, wherever you are, you need education. And that's the reason why I'm bringing on board this wonderful day, the arrowhead of the Ministry of Education in Osun State. Yes, my guest this morning will be telling us so many things that they've done so far in that space of 2 years. My guest is Murtala Jimoh, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education in Osun State. You're welcome to Sounds of Time.
Thank you.
It's good to have you on the show.
Good morning, viewers.
All right, let's kickstart. How has it been so far? It's been 2 years of Governor Adeleke's administration. How has it been in your own ministry?
Thank you very much. Glory to God Almighty for giving us or allowing us to stay alive till today. And activities here and there, programs here and there, celebrations here and there, has been something that has one way or the other make us busy, and that is propelling us. Now, so far, I want to state that like last year, we organized an education summit. In fact, most of the outcomes or the expectations from that summit, are now taking shape.
All right.
They are now taking shape. A lot. And if you have to go by what is happening in the education terrain, there has been a lot of developments. Improvements. Now, let me take it from this way. If you look at our schools, we have Peace Corps on ground.
All right.
What we want to ensure first is that, our students, they are wayward. They tend to join, gangs.
I probably would say they're always inquisitive.
Exactly. Now now, even not inclusivity about, that's not what I mean. What I mean really is that they are now staying more in school than before.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. In fact, earlier we used to go to any of these public schools within Osogbo as an example, because this is where we are.
Oh, yeah.
And you will now see students on the streets when they are supposed to, although, the term is winding down now, or let me say winding up. And by next week Friday, they will go on holiday, right? Because Christmas is around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
But between last year and this time, right? We have ensured that we keep our students within the four walls of their classrooms, within their schools.
So how did you do that?
What we engaged is the Peace Corps.
All right.
And the Peace Corps, they are a kind of paramilitary, whatever. They are assisting us in keeping them in their schools, maintaining peace, maintaining stay in school or safe school system, where all students, right, immediately you leave your home in the morning, your target is the school, and you remain there until after the closing of the school.
Was it part of the summit or just?
It was part of the summit
Right.
to have a safe school. That's number one. Number two, teacher recruitment. It's only, teacher recruitment as, we have gone to a stage when we are waiting for the final directive.
All right.
Do this and then we'll do it. We conducted the exam, we conducted the interview, right? But the minimum wage that we are waiting for, it has been approved by Mr. Governor.
Oh, yes.
Only just one step remains. So people should be patient with the government.
All right.
By the time they give us directive, then we go ahead. Now, not only that, we have a lot of programs that as now school renovation.
Right.
Let me talk about that one too. Though this one is being done based on availability of funds.
All right.
Where we are here to touch, they should be patient. Where we have touched, they have seen the effect in primary schools, in secondary schools, right? We are renovating most of the dilapidated structures or buildings in our school, maybe classrooms or halls or whatever. That's another one. Now, another thing that is, talking about, because when you are talking, like computer system,
All right.
you have hardware, you have software.
Yeah.
But hardware is not the real thing that makes computer to work. It is the software. And this software, you don't see it.
So how did you go about it?
Now, what I want to really point out here is that there are certain things that we are doing at the Ministry of Education level, at the background,
Okay.
that people don't see. But it is the one, it is that thing that is making the system to run. And it's running smoothly.
And that's the reason why we brought you here today. I mean, probably you're going to share all these things for people to know that the ministry is actually doing what it's supposed to do.
Thank you very much. When you look at the Ministry of Education, there are about 6 agencies
All right.
attached to it. You have Examination Board. Examination Board sees to all exams in the state.
All right.
We have Senior Secondary Education Board. We have OSBC, Osun State Board for Technical and Vocational Education.
All right.
We have the Teaching Service Commission. We have State Universal Basic Education. Even OMIL is also an agency
Under you.
under the Ministry of Education.
Wow.
Like that. Now, those agencies I've just mentioned, right? They have their executive secretaries, and we work hand in hand. And let me tell you, when there is peaceful coexistence, there will also be progress.
Oh, yeah.
And within, all these are educational agencies, right, that are working directly with the Ministry of Education under one commissioner for education and myself as the permanent secretary. We have, a way that we are working together that is making everything to work perfectly. Now, recently, there was this program that was launched at the Osun,
All right.
Nigerian Learning Passport. If I'm to come and download what this what we have,
The project is
the
all
project
about.
is all about. Now, over the years, I'm coming.
All right.
Over the years, the state has suffered, neglect from Federal Ministry of Education. Why? Because we did not align with the national policy on education.
How do you mean?
What I mean is this. During the Adeleke Shola's something, it not align with 6334 system of education.
Right.
It practiced 934. And that one
Which is alien.
to it's
this
not
system.
acceptable to the Federal Ministry of Education. And Federal Ministry of Education is not only running the policy, they run policy based on whatever they discuss with development partners. Who are those development partners? UNICEF, USAID, UNDP, and many other development partners all over the world. Right. Now, when they see that you agree on something, you sign an MOU, and you are not following it, then they will say, "Ah, this one is not ready." So then they saw Osun as not being, then not to even know, the pronouncement of Osun is not Osun State. It is State of Osun.
Oh,
that's another thing legally that has to be. But what I'm now saying is that then most of these development partners, they neglected Osun. But now, we are now having them back.
Because the
UNICEF is now with us,
and the policies
now align with, and now they are now coming back. That is what made me make reference to the NLP that we did last Thursday at Uni Osun. Now we are UNICEF. Now that NLP, let me quickly explain it. Nigerian Learning Passport. Okay. Learning, in Nigeria we know is a country. Learning is you have to be with somewhere. You have a teacher. You have the students. Then passport. The word passport means that, like if you have your passport now, you can travel anywhere. Oh yes. Right? And it's when you have passport, that is when you have visa. That is an entry permission for you to enter any country. Now, what this learning passport is about is that you are given that passport to enter into a learning environment where you are free. If I'm given a visa to Canada now, it of course means that I can touch any part of Canada. It doesn't. If I want to go to Ontario, Toronto, Ottawa in Canada, then I can visit, right? If I have visa to Ghana now, I can go to Accra, I can go to Kumasi, I can. Now, this learning passport, is a program sponsored by the World Bank through UNICEF and taken or accepted by Federal Ministry of Education. And before Osun lapped on this program, we have 20 states already on that program. If you visit www.nigerianlearningpassport.com, you can get this. Now, what I want to say is that Osun State is now joining the League of States in Nigeria on this Nigerian Learning Passport, which is about using the ICT, that is computer system, internet, and other things to learn. Like if my teacher teaches me mechanics in physics today, or the embryo, whatever in biology, I can go online and study more about a particular topic using that learning platform. Or even if my teacher, tells me that tomorrow what I will teach you is organic chemistry, I can quickly go onto that, online something and get information about it before I get to the class.
So now let's look at this. How have you impacted this project that you're talking about to students now?
What we did last week is just the launching. But
it's a gradual process.
We have this is a program. Launching of the program, we have started it. Part of something that we have trained some technical teams. Next year, we will first train, first time, January, right? We will train about 500 teachers. 500 teachers that will be drawn from public and private schools, primary and secondary, on how to use this technology. And those who partnered with UNICEF, they are Techno, Airtel.
You start paying.
Sorry. Sorry. The reason why I have to mention is that at least if you were at the program, you will have seen it. What they will do to us, or for us, is that the first one I mentioned, right? They will provide tablets for our students and teachers.
For all the students in Osun State.
All the students. And it's not, if we start in Osogbo now, it may not reach Osogbo at a time. Then it will now spread little by little from Osogbo to other major towns. And that day, a kind of report was shown, which is the baseline, that will help us to determine. Because already we have some schools that are ICT compliant. but we want to extend it more. And this program will ensure that.
Okay.
And they have gone around to do a kind of survey, I mean to different schools. And it is this survey that, will now be used as a platform to implement the outcome.
All right.
Yeah. Now, this Nigerian Learning Passport will now be in such a way that our students and teachers in all public and private schools in Osun, right, will have access to it and be able to enjoy what others throughout the world are enjoying on this platform. It's going to be a very good thing for Osun State education system.
And you've just done that in just the space of 2 years of this administration.
Exactly.
Wow.
Look, let me tell you, UNICEF, right? They were with us years back. Over some period of maybe last 5-6 years, they were not with us. But now, they are back. UNICEF, United Nations Children Education Fund. Yeah. Then we have a lot of other programs sponsored by UNDP, right? That is family life education, where they train people on, HIV/AIDS education and some other sex related whatever on those programs. Likewise, we have USAID programs where they train, our primary school teachers and others, other stakeholders on certain aspects on school data related content issues. So we have, if you can have program with UNICEF, UNDP, with USAID, and many others.
And that means that your ministry is good to go.
It's good to go. And this is what I refer to as the software. Something that is working at the background, that eventually people will now see it. But just let us wait for it.
All right, we'll wait for that, and in the space of probably some 6 months now, we'll call you back and let's know how far this program, this project has gone in Osun State. And we hope that you do. I know that you always do a good job, and I know you do a better job on that project for the students in Osun State. But because time is really running out, and I need to ask you this before we leave the studio. How has it been, the improvement of our students, especially when it comes to WAEC, NECO, and the rest in the space of 2 years?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm happy that you asked that question. Let me tell you boldly, our results have improved between last year and this year. Just go out to schools and ask them your last WAEC result, your last NECO result. How was it compared to previous years? Now, learning outcome can be measured based on maybe a test or an examination, and then the performance. And before you get learning outcome, you first of all talk about the teachers who are teaching. Are they happy? Teachers are now happy. And when you do something with happiness, there is all the tendencies that there will be growth, there will be development. And that is why most schools recorded very good results in WAEC and NECO that just passed. And it is due to, the way the government of the day, under, His Excellency, Senator Dr. Ademola Jackson Adeleke, has handled meticulously the education system in the state, under the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Honorable Dipo Iluwole. And all the teams that we are working together, maybe like in those agencies that I've just mentioned, we are coordinating all activities, and that is what is giving us these results in our secondary school.
All right, I have two more questions to ask you before we leave the studio. And the first one, you've answered it a little, but I still want you to, expatiate and tell us more. It's about the instructional materials for teachers to work with. And the second one is the training and retraining of these teachers. How far, how well, within 2 years?
Thank you very much. Let me say emphatically here, within the space of maybe last year and this year, we have trained over 2,000 teachers, which has never happened before. Go on, I mean, this is on here.
The data is there.
Teachers are listening. I mean, others are listening, they can go and verify. And, you know, one thing is that when you train people, right, you renew their knowledge. You let them, you build their capacity. You improve their performance. The rate at which they will deliver will also get improved. So, in the state now, and I just mentioned, another one will be taking place. I mean, a technical team has been trained by UNICEF now, right? Then we are expecting, another one is also going on at suburb level. So that aspect of training, that one is a continuous one, and it will continue like that. And this is part of the thing that is bringing learning outcome, right, to an appreciable level to us. Now, concerning the, instructional materials. Don't just mention that.
All right.
Now, on that, our governor approved a lot, and we did it. We distributed exercise books. We distributed note of lesson, diaries, registers, and many others.
Everything that they could
they need at school level, and even report cards.
Now, before I let you go, I'll let you go, but before I let you go, now, let's look at, there's no way your ministry will be without challenges. What has been the challenges, and what do you see this ministry in the next 2 years of this administration? Where do you see yourself in the next 2 years?
Thank you very much. You know, there's no system that will not, no matter how perfect, there will still be some bubbles, hiccups somewhere. And, you know, when you look at it, I cannot, actually point at a particular, and what we normally do at the administrative level is that as a challenge presents itself, we tackle it straightforward. We look at what are we quickly meet and see what we can do. Now, that is why challenges don't wait on our table. Because by the time I would say, most of the things that led us to this is because we saw some challenges, and we ensure that most of these things are tackled immediately. But what I will first mention is issue of finance.
All right.
We have a lot of things to be financed, and we know government is trying a lot, right?
All right.
And to finance this, finance that, put money in this, put money in that. Everybody knows that money does everything. But the first major challenge that we are having is, having financial access constraints and so on. And at the same time, at times, we just finished the budget process.
All right.
We have defended our budget at the House of Assembly.
All right.
Right? At times, you cannot have a perfect budget. The reason is this. Budget is a projection of what is going to happen, what you are, your expenditure for next year, your income, your revenue for next year. Everything put together, that is what you call budget. Now, at times when you are budgeting, you may miss certain things out, despite the fact that you have listed this. But at the same time, some things will even come, by the way, which you have to do. So these are some of the challenges that we do face. And another challenge is by management of the school system. Although we don't have that one as a challenge, but we know how we do it. Because the school system is in such a way that where you have the principal, you have the teachers, and you have the students, and other stakeholders within the school system, like PTA, like SBMC, and many other things. Coordination. People are the most, a set of animals that's difficult to coordinate. When you have to coordinate human beings, you have to drop down to their level. It's just like a teacher that wanted to teach his students. You have to come down to their level. And you will not be teaching either. I've known this in the university. You have to come down to their level. And that is exactly what we are doing, to ensure that most of these challenges we bring them together, we lay it on the table, we discuss it, and then we find solutions to it.
All right. If I allow you to go on and on, I know you have loads and loads to talk about the achievement so far and the Ministry of Education. I must tell you that I told you that my guest today will give you what you really want to know when it comes to education in Osun State. That's how far we can go on today's edition of Sands of Time. Once again, I want to say a big thank you to my guest, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education in Osun State, Murtala Jimoh. Thank you once again for being part of this wonderful show.
I appreciate you.
All right, that's our show today. Join me same time next week when I bring you another important personality. My name is David Ojo, and I'm saying bye for now. Sound of Time, an inspirational program that captures insightful contributions of a guest personality within professional fields and politics to motivate the youth. Sound of Time also peeps into footprints of captains of industries who have made their marks in their chosen profession. Join David Ojo every Tuesday morning between 10 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. on OSBC TV channel 32. Star Times on 113 and Free TV. You can also join in our various social media platforms like YouTube and Facebook. Sound of Time, a roadmap to inspiring young professionals.